Hello everyone, my name is Tyrano Imperial. I'm a tier-list VTuber for anyone who doesn't know me. It's good to see y'all here. Hope y'all doing well, and welcome to the Legendary and Mythical Pokemon Tier-List stream. Welcome. It's good to see y'all here, and I hope you're doing well today. And I see right off the bat, we got Quadra not redeeming first. Regards to getting first Quadra. Also, hello Dino, hello there Quadra. Good to see ya. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you have a good time here today. Also, I saw your message just now. Latios and Latios at least B tier or I riot. We shall see. We shall see. See, Goldenrod is here as well. Hello, Dino friend. Hello there, Goldenrod. Good to see ya, and hope you're doing good today. And same thing to Brino as well. Oh, and I see the Commander Dragon emote there. Hello there, Brino. Welcome. Good to see you here as well. And also good to see here, Enemy. Yo. Hello there, Enemy. Welcome. Just before we start this off, just want to say, sorry if my throat feels a bit off. I don't know why, but just want to say thank you to, I think it's Crazy Little Liar, who was in my Discord server, who first posted their own rankings of legendary Pokemon that inspired me to do this. I don't know if they're here right now, but just want to give credit to them. But yeah. So let's get started with I'd say kind of one of the biggest ones, I think. Arceus. I mean, it's a very popular Pokemon. I mean, it's the one Pokemon that, like, every little kid wants to have at least 6 of on their team to make themselves look cool. I know, because I used to be one of them. It's an interesting gimmick with, like, all the plates that let it change its typing when it holds them. Apparently the game that has his name on it, Legends Arceus, was pretty good. I feel like I need to drink some water. I don't know why my throat feels so dry. But also, Quadra says Arceus is an easy A or S somehow. Probably. But also, Gideon redeemed Hydrate, thank you. I think I need it. But also Quadra says, bro, stop watering the dino. It's okay. I think I need the water. An enemy says he will die of a water overdose. Is that actually possible? Like, is it possible to have too much water? I guess that's just called drowning. Like, if you're controlling the amount of water that you're drinking, you actually die from that. I don't know. Gigian, Yankro, and enemy says yes. Oh, okay then. He says too much of anything will kill you. I guess that's true. Quadra says, yeah, but that takes like 3 tons of water at once. Knowing how much a ton is, sort of, God forbid anyone ever tries to drink that much. Anyways. Get my water bottle out. So for Gigian, I'm going to have to take sips for your redeems because I do not have much water bottles left in my dorm, unfortunately. The next time I go home, which I think is going to be like for Thanksgiving break, I'm going to need another pack of water bottles. But also, Yanko says, no, 2 gallons at once. And enemy says, you have to be drinking water continuously for several hours. It's not like drowning because that's... Oh, it's the lack of oxygen that kills you. Again, I guess that's fair. Roger says, that actually makes more sense. Anyways, for Arceus. I mean, it is Pokemon God, basically. It'd be a shame to put it, like, anywhere too low, but at the same time, I have I don't have much memory of it, like, in the anime or anything like that. I don't think I've read any mangas with Arceus in it. I only know it from the games. And from the games... I don't know, I don't want to be rude, but... It's like Arceus is the Pokemon that people that really wants to act all pompous. And just want to spam legendaries have on their team. At least that's what I feel like some people get the impression of Arceus when someone has it on their team. I don't know. It's have a cool design. Also, Quadra says, but Arceus has that Mystic from Diamond and Pearl where it was never officially released until way later. It's also a llama stuck in a fence. So that deserves a fairly high placement, I think. Goldenrod said it did create other legendary Pokemon. True. Or is that Mew, since Mew is the ancestor to all Pokemon? Roger says no Arceus, and enemy says overdose on water can inflict Ether's rate. Oh good lord. Well, I'm glad I'm not drinking water as much as I probably should be. I feel like that's probably still bad. Should we go with A for Arceus, or... Yep, A for Arceus. Enemy says A for Arceus, and Quadras is out. Yep, I think it deserves that, please. Alright, so next up, Articuno. So one of the OG legendaries from the first gen. I always thought his design was probably the lamest of the three birds, personally. It's cool, but Zapdos and Moltres, I feel like they have a lot more flair to their design. Unlike Articuno. Roger says S for Stealth Rock weak. Oh, that is true. Stealth Rock destroys this poor thing, doesn't it? Yeah, Ice and Rock typing. Ice and Flying. Oh, but also, enemy says... Also, I think it's pronounced Arceus? Is it Arceus or Arceus? I always pronounce it like Arceus. I don't know. Same thing with Rayquaza and Rayquaza. I feel like I say Rayquaza a lot. I feel like other people say Rayquaza. It's like, wow, just this. The reason they changed it from Arceus to Arceus was because Arceus was it sounded like Goldenrod says Arceus. Arceus, I don't know. For Articuno, in terms of the anime, I know it for getting beaten up by a Charizard twice. One, I think it was a Frontier Brain in the Hoenn region that got beaten by Ash's Charizard. And then in Pokemon Origins, it got beaten by Red's Charizard. I think also in Pokemon Origins, it got one-shot by Mewtwo, so... I do like his design, but... I don't know. It's not much going for it, like... In terms of anime and in terms of gameplay, it does have a pretty bad 4x weakness to rock. I want to do this to one of the OGs though, but also enemy says, if it was Arceus, you would have the Arce phone in Legends Arceus. Roger says, honestly, I'd say D or C. Roger says, that makes me want to say it even. Goldenrod says B or C. C for cool. Or cold, like it's typing. Alright, so now for Azelf. I think it's my personal favorite of the three spirit trio. I think I like the shade of it. Mesprit is a close second, and the third one, it's kind of meh. I just know that it reminds me of Brock, because that's the permanently closed eyes. That for Azelf. No notable anime appearances, according to my brain. Same thing for the manga. At least from what I've read of the manga. Gameplay-wise, I don't think any of its trio are particularly good. I kinda want to put it a little bit above Articuno. It's really not that memorable of a Pokemon to me, but I feel like it's a little bit better than I don't know. Stat-wise, I'd imagine it's worse than Articuno. And also, enemies just base it on design and how much you like them, not on competitiveness. But also, Quadra says, as someone who was super biased to Smog in Gen 4 A's, Quadra says, why not both? I tried to mesh everything together. Enemies just, I feel like they should be kept separate, because otherwise, a lot of Pokemon I personally would really like would not be at the top. Alright, fair enough. I mean, if the Pokemon is cool enough to me, it's going to overweight the competitiveness. I gotta put it behind Articuno. And Goldenrod, it's just judge on your gut. Alright. The Quadra says, but this is Ty-Smith. I mean, I also want your and everyone else's input too. The decision is mine in the end, but I want to hear your thoughts as well before I make my final decision. Since we got quite a few other Pokemon fans in here, I want to discuss things about them a little bit first. Enemy says fair. Alright, so for Celebi, this is actually a good example. I'm pretty sure Celebi is not good and competitive. At least I don't think I've heard about people using Celebi much, but I always liked it. Anime, I remember there was a movie about it with a young Professor Oak, which was pretty cool. And I remember in Pokemon Chronicles, there was a really interesting episode where it sends Richie, a kid who's basically like a clone of Ash, back in time, and I think he learns about the history of a Pokemon Center that was about to be destroyed in his time. And then he changes the present, so actually that Pokemon Center gets to be kept. Manga-wise, I don't remember anything about Celebi. But that's a cute design. I like Celebi. I always thought it was adorable since I was a kid. Plus, there was the interesting story it was supposed to have with the GS ball, I think, in the anime, but that got scrapped. Roger says, Celebi is S for me literally because of the movie. I think because of Pokemon Chronicles. I want to also put it in S, but also, Goldenrod says Darkrai was my favorite because he has a unique skill. Darkrai was actually one of my old friends' favorites as well. I think they just had a thing for edgy designs. We were friends back in middle school, so it would be fitting. Also, Quadra says Celebi is amazing competitive play now. Oh, really? Interesting. I want to put Celebi up here. The adorable little onion fairy that can take people through time. And then there's this dude. Oh, this is base placement. Thank you. I know very, very little about this man, except that he's a sort of justice. I remember from the Keldeo movie. He was kind of like their leader. He's like. I don't remember too much about him from the movie, but I think he just, like, whenever Keldeo was trying to prove himself as a sort of justice, he was like, no, you're not ready yet. And then they had to save him when he tried to challenge Kiram a little too early. And then spent most of the movie just being frozen alongside the other two. It's kind of meh to me. Goldenrod says he was good, and Roger says, see, he's the most Pokemon for me. Like, the most average. Yeah, I don't really like him, he's kind of bleh. extremely unmemorable, except for the fact that he was a side character in the Keldeo movie. Like, that's about it. That's all I know him for. If that didn't exist, I would not remember this dude at all. Roger's is very inoffensive, but not memorable. I kind of want to put him in D tier, honestly. Like, even its design-wise, it's kind of mess. I think it's taking inspiration from, like, a stag, a male deer. It's bluish, and that's about it. I don't have much else to say about it, so just gonna put it down there. But that's fair now. And Goldenrod said also fair. Alright. Now for Cosmog and its evolution, I think? I'm not sure. I think Cosmog's design— oh, whoops. Wrong thing. Oh, whoops. I messed up Primal Groudon, but anyways. I think Cosmog has a very adorable design, and I liked, even though I didn't know too much about the Sun and Moon, I have seen the memes of it constantly escaping Lily's bag, which I think is adorable. So, I think its name was Nebby, right? Yeah. Enemy says Nebby the goat. Roger says Cosmem should have his own tier. And Cosmog is cool. Cosmem should be below F. Oh, good lord. I mean, I'm going to go a little deeper into it, but I kind of agree, and Goldenrod says Nebby is the goat. Like, I like the idea of it having, like, a hyperactive puppy-like personality. I like Cosmog for that. Plus the fact that I think it evolves into the two legendary Pokemon for Sun and Moon. Like this unsuspecting little cloud-looking buddy becoming a sort of bat's moon god to a weirdly steel sun lion. I think it's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna put it up here in S tier. It's a perfect example of don't judge a book by its cover, and it's adorable too. Anime-wise, I don't know too much about it because I didn't see much of the Sun and Moon anime. I did not care for it at all. But for Cosmog, I might change that. We'll see. Also, Onyx says, I would rate Lugia S tier. And hello, Tiny Dynaman. Hello there, Onyx. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by the stream today. Thank you for stopping by the stream today. It's good to see you here. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you have a good time here with me. And Quadri says anime Cosmog is similar to Gamin. I don't know who that is. Oh, similar to game. Okay. Hypo, it's alright. For some reason, Gamin sounds like a genuine name of a creature out there, and I was thinking, like, what is this from? What is this? But as for Cosmoem, I don't know how to feel about it. Like, Goldenrod says it's okay. Like, it's kind of just Cosmog in like a shell, permanently asleep. I kind of hoped for like a more cooler design for it to like. For it to segue into Lunala and Solgaleo. This ain't it for me, personally. The only thing I know about it is that it's super duper heavy and that Ash held it in the anime once, in spite of being super heavy. That's about it. It's just there to give Ash another power scaling feat. I was like, well, my issue with it is, like, it literally does nothing. Really. The enemy says, I guess that's the point, and Goldenrod says, I know, right? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna put it down in S tier. I'm not gonna be too harsh and give it its own tier. Like, I don't think it's criminally bad. But it's, yeah. All it knows is Harden. Oh, good lord. So it's like a legendary version of Metapod. Give it a pity E. E for the E in Cosmo M. Yeah, sure. Watch this. F is too high. I think E works. And it says Harden and Teleport. So it's the fusion of Metapod and Abra. Alright. Anyways, Cresselia is going straight over to F tier. It was the most annoying Pokemon for me in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Whenever we fought at Spear Pillar, I think its name was. The Dialga slowing everything down was kind of neat for me. Palkia's thing of like reversing the screen was super cool. But for Cresselia, whatever weird blade, energy blade thing that it sends down, it felt like it was always targeting me in Brawl. And that's why I'm putting it down here in F tier. I hate it. It's given me trauma as a kid. Plus, no memorable anime appearances. No memorable manga appearances for me either. And I don't think I've ever heard of it being used competitively, so... Yeah, you're going down in F tier. I hate you. Also, Golden Rogers, I was about to say that, and I know, right? Rogers is out. VGC players and shake emoji with Kai. Screw Cresselia. See, I knew I wasn't alone when I hated Cresselia. My sister always said I was overreacting when I said whenever I mentioned my disdain for Cresselia. And also, enemy says, Cresselia hard locks my Legends Arceus until they fix the bug. How did that happen? Which is, oh yeah, that alone deserves F tier. Wait, what did Cresselia do in Legends Arceus? Like, what's hard locking? Goldenrod, that's why I like Darkrai. Same. Plus, Darkrai has a cool design. And it has some interesting... I think he had a movie. I don't remember too much about it, but it was pretty cool. Plus, I remember, I think there's one anime episode where it gave all the main characters dreams, and one of them, I think it was Ash fighting against Cynthia, and she had a shiny Rayquaza for some reason. And that was awesome. So, Darkrai goes straight to S tier for making that a thing in the anime, even though it was a dream. Plus, it did have a pretty, like, Tobias's Darkrai had a really good run during the Sinnoh League. Until it got one-shot by Sceptile after it used Dream Eater. I'm pretty sure it was, like, an actual one-shot, like, it was... I think it was probably back to full health-ish, but still got wrecked by Ash's Sceptile. Gave one of my favorite Pokemon that Ash has had a chance to shine, while sweeping a lot of others that Ash had. There we go. Let's see, but also Quadras is basically, if you caught it in a certain way, you could not advance the story. Wow, that is horrible. Enemy says, I couldn't beat the game because I accidentally sequence broke by flying over the NPC and catching Cresselia before talking to him. Goldenrod says, yeah. But it's Darkrai, definitely S tier. Now for Deoxys. I feel like it's the most underwhelming of the Hoenn legendaries. Like, you got Groudon, you got Kyogre, you got Rayquaza, and then there's Mr. Noodle Arm Man over here. And Quadrants, I think you should rank all the forms together. And Goldenrod says which form. Like, all the forms are just Mr. Noodle Man. Or like, Mr. Noodle Arm Man. Like, none of them look... I mean, they don't have to, like, legendaries in a generation don't have to perfectly match each other, like, in a certain theme or anything, but Deoxys feels exceptionally like Like, it doesn't belong with Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza. Quadrus is someone who was always entranced by the rumor of getting Deoxys and Emerald A tier. It was fun to have when I played with it in Alpha Sapphire. It doesn't feel like the kind of Pokemon that Rayquaza of all Pokemon should be out fighting in the middle of space. Like, maybe another flying dragon of some kind. That would be cool for Rayquaza to fight, but we got some dude with like noodles for arms. But it's mostly because they made a childhood rumor in Emerald real in the remakes, and Goldenrod's the speed form is amazing. I mean, it's not bad for, like, an alien design. Like, it's definitely a better alien Pokemon look than Behem and its pre-evolution from Gen 5. Plus, like, its intro of being a meteor that's about to hit Earth, Rayquaza stops it, and then it's revealed to be a creature inside the meteor that fights Rayquaza. It's kind of like Kaiser Ghidorah from Godzilla Final Wars in that regard. That's kind of cool. Apologies, I accept D if we're talking about the Pokemon. D for Deoxys? I think I'll put it at C. Like as I mentioned before, I did have fun with it in Alpha Sapphire, and it has it has a cool introduction. Most of the designs are but they're fine, I guess. Except this one. Like, every other one looks thin and like it's like they're made for speed. And then there's this dude who's all bulky, so I don't like him. But I put him in D tier. The others go to Seed. Squadrons. Yeah, that was a huge rumor in Emerald that you can go to space and fight Deoxys. And I also want to add, it was the first event legendary you can get without an event. And Goldenrod says it. Alright. That's Deoxys taken care of. Now for Dialga. Dialga was always my favorite of the Sinnoh legendary, so. I feel like Palkia and Giratina, they also looked cool, but I think there's something about his color scheme, I guess, that really makes it look good. Like, the white and pink of Palkia, it's eye-catching, but like the gray and blue of Dialga is more appealing to me. Plus, time powers are always cool, no matter the verse. I guess I kind of like the fact that it kind of resembles like a sauropod dinosaur with like a xenomorph head, kind of. I think it looks kind of neat. Also, Quadrant's Dialga minimum B changed my mind, and Goldenrod says Giratina was mine because of the reverse world. Like the distortion world? As for Dialga, I think I've seen it before in the Sinnoh manga, but I don't know too much. I don't remember much about it. In the anime, I'm not sure. I think I remember it and Palkia once being summoned by Hoopa in its movie to fight it. Otherwise, not too much, but but still, I like Dialga quite a bit. So I want to put it pretty high up. Not quite S tier, I don't think, but I gotta put it over Arceus, I think. I personally like Dialga more than Arceus. But also, Enemy says, time powers are way cooler than whatever space powers are. True. I guess Palkia's space powers can be cool, but time is a little cooler in my opinion. Then again, the spot, I think, from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. His use of portals were also pretty cool. And Goldenrod says yeah, and Quadras is based placement. Thank you. Alright, now for Diancie. Also, Enemies S tier is looking really funny right now. True, we got cute little fairy, cute little cloud, and then the embodiment of nightmares. Like, it looks like, I don't know how I would describe it, but like, if the devil was invited to a little girl's tea party. Like, it doesn't look like he belongs, but he's there anyways. And Goldenrod says Mega or regular. I'm doing both. So for Diancie, I like Diancie. I think his design is pretty cool. I watched its movie. It was fun. I do like that I don't know if I like this, but like, it is interesting that it's the only new Pokemon, well, new at the time Pokemon that got a Mega Evolution back in Gen 6. Every other Mega Evolution was for a past Pokemon. So that's something that makes it stand out. And I like the design of both its Mega and its normal form. And the idea that it's supposed to be like a mutated Carbink, I think, is pretty interesting. If anything, the only thing I dislike about Diancie is that it makes its counterpart Carbink look worse. Like, it can't evolve into Diancie or anything, like it doesn't even have its own evolution that looks a little bit like Diancie, but like it's just a normal Pokemon instead of a legendary. I think that's the only complaint about it. It's just that it makes the rest of its technically species, I think, look more inferior than they kind of already were. And Quadras is kind of feeling B for both. Oh wait, hold on, wait. Let's see more messages. Quadras is the S tier is Arata, Nokia, and the MC. I can kind of see that actually. Like from the Digimon Cyber Loop games. Yeah, I can see that trio in there. But also, Goldenrod's is S tier, and Enemy says Dialga's regular space, not alternate dimension. We get the alternate dimension Pokemon later, and counterpoint, it's borderline impossible to get at Diancie, and I'm kind of feeling B for both. I do also have a bias towards Gen 6 and Mega Evolutions, though. I think I'm going to nudge it up to 8 here. I'm gonna put the Mega above the normal form. I think it looks cooler. But I don't think they're quite on par with Arceus yet. And Quadras is valid. Also, noticing B tier is completely empty compared to everyone else. And then, let's see. Next up is Entei. Okay, Entei. Anime-wise, it had a very memorable time. Like, it had a very memorable moment, memorable movie. I remember, I don't know what the kid's name was, but like, it had a really interesting story going on with, I think it was being the adoptive father of a little girl that was living in some kind of tower or something. It stole Ash's mom to be the surrogate mother for that kid. In that tower, there's also like, I can't remember all the details, but like, and there's a weird thing going on where Ash and his friends met versions of that girl at different ages. I remember, I think at one point Brock had to fight the adult version of her and a Teddy Ursa. And I think he was somehow wiping the floor with all of his Pokemon, including his Onix. And then had a pretty interesting fight with Charizard in that movie. And I think it was I distinctly remember in the anime. I'm not sure if it's like if I'm misremembering it, but I think I remember at one point like Entei had his jaw like around Charizard's neck. I thought that was like, I felt like that was kind of dark for a Pokemon movie. I think the kid stopped Entei before he could do any more to Ash and his Charizard. And I think it did something against the unknown that were in charge of that tower place. I don't remember all the details because it was super long. It was a super long time ago since I last watched that movie, but I feel like it's probably one of my absolute favorite Pokemon movies out there. And just Entei, S tier movie, and a story. Yep. Goldenrod says, yeah, Pokemon 2000 made her dreams a reality. And Quadra says, to be fair, considering it was her dream, that Teddy Ursa could have been broken. True, I mean, if it's in your dreams, like, you're just gonna make your favorites super overpowered. I would do that with Pichu if I was a little kid. Just dream up a Pichu that could one-shot everything, because I watched Pokemon Chronicles religiously, and I love the Pichu brothers, and I would have loved to have them in Pokemon games. And just one-shot everything. But anyways. More stuff for Entei, like, besides that in the anime. Not much else. It does have an interesting origin alongside the rest of its trio, like, being 3 Pokemon that died, in some kind of tower, I forgot what it was called, but then Ho-Oh brought them all back to life. I thought that was pretty cool. I think it's one of the most interesting Pokemon origins out there. I feel like its design, it's probably one of the coolest alongside Raikou. Like, they're tied for the 2 coolest in their group for me, with Suicune being underneath them. It's kind of like, I don't know exactly what it's trying to be, like a dog or a cat. Meanwhile, Entei, it looks like it's pretty clearly a lion, and then Raikou is like a saber-toothed tiger, or like a regular tiger, but just extra long teeth, I don't know. Anyways, Goldenrod says Suicune. Anyways, Entei, you're going up here. So now we got a mesh of cute and cool in S tier. So Genesect. It had a good first impression for me in the movie where it fought Mega Mewtwo. Before Kalos was even introduced yet. I remember in that movie where Genesect first showed up, Ash and his friends were all Ash was with his Unova friends, like Iris and Silent, I think was his name. Forgot his name. I think that was it. But also, Goldenrod said Suicune can purify water, which is cool. Oh yeah, I guess I remember he can do that. Well, just F because I hate him in competitive play. In all seriousness, B or A tier. It hasn't been too memorable outside of that movie, but it does look cool. You know what? I think this is gonna be our first ever B tier. Let's put him there. Alright, next up, we got one of the big boys. Hold on. Oh, wait. For some reason, my phone just turned off. I needed to see everyone in chat. There we go. Let's fix that. Okay, it's back to normal. Just gotta check OPS to make sure we didn't miss anything. And Quadra says Giratina B, Giratina Origin S tier now. Giratina. Let's see. So I think anime and indie games. It gave us one of the most interesting ends to a Pokemon antagonist slash like team evil team leader. Like it showed up, yoinked Cyrus, the leader of Team Plasma, and then dragged it back with him to the Distortion world. And from what I remember from an animated short, I think it was from Pokemon Generations, I think. Like, Cyrus was initially upset, understandably so, but then, after looking around for a bit, he was like, actually, this place is exactly like the world I wanted to create. I'ma stay here. And meanwhile, everyone else in Team Plasma was panicking in the real world trying to save him. Yeah, I think Giratina, like, especially with his cool designs as well. I think both of them go straight up to S tier for giving us one of the coolest ends to a human antagonist in Pokemon. Like, not including I haven't even considered, I didn't even, just talk about the fact that it was a Pokemon that attacked a human in some way. Like, that's not something you see a whole lot. Especially since it's a Pokemon devil, basically. I also feel like a lot of people call it basically the devil of Pokemon, like how Arceus is the god of Pokemon. Like, the fact that, the fact that it was the one to do that to Cyrus kind of makes it, like, more terrifying and memorable. And I guess it feels more imposing because of that, and also... Let's see more messages. Goldenrod says agreed, and Quadra says he plays one of the sickest roles in Arceus, and that's all I'm gonna say. And Enemy says Legends Arceus made him even cooler. Ooh. Goldenrod says I know. Facts, and also Quadra says, you know what, I changed my mind. Both S tier, based, and Giratina's theme also slaps. True. Now we're all in agreement. And now it's actually the adorable ones in S tier that are being outnumbered. Alright. Next up, we got another one of my favorites, Groudon. Personally, one of my favorites, if probably my absolute favorite, alongside Rayquaza, actually, in Hoenn. I mean, it looks very close to Godzilla slash Theropod dinosaurs. What's not to love about that? I really like his design, also. I feel like there might be, like, a bit of Gila Monster inspiration there. I think, maybe? I'm not sure. I think it looks cool. And then Primal Groudon. I think it does it's perfect in terms of being a design for essentially an amped up Groudon. Like the fact that the black areas of Groudon now look like they're filled with magma looks very, very cool. And the fact that the shade of red it has around it changes to fit it a lot better than it probably would have had if it just stuck with the normal red. Plus the fact that it becomes fire and ground, which would initially make you think, oh god, it's even worse against water now. But because of his ability, Desolate Land, it can just say no to any water type moves. This is like a better version of Drought or Sunny Day, where like water type moves don't get weaker, they just completely evaporate from what I remember. Like you can't, they always fail if you try to use them. And I think that's awesome. Plus, actually, now that I think about it, anime-wise, and an interesting fight with Primal Kyogre, as well as sort of Alon's Charizard and Steven Stone's Metagross in the Mega Evolution specials. Last I remember, I don't know if it was also in Pokemon Generations, but is one member of Team Magma envisioning, I think Maxie was his name, the guy in charge of Team Magma, and other members watching Primal Groudon rise from a volcano, only to kill them, and then her vision ends. I don't know why I'm obsessed with seeing with the idea of legendary Pokemon actually attacking people. I just thought that it's very memorable and kind of cool. And it. I guess because it makes them feel more like, I guess, like kaiju, like Godzilla. Like they aren't too cutesy, I guess, like a lot of Pokemon are. Like they don't really go out of their way to hurt people. These guys are actually able to cause a lot of damage to humans. I don't know. Oh, this is Ty wants to see Pokemon throw hands. Yep, pretty much. You know, speaking of throwing hands. Anyways, Roger says, Groudon be like, 6.1, no water. You know, he's probably the Pokemon that, oh god, what would, IGN loves the most. Because you can just get rid of all the water. And Goldenrod is about trying to. Also, back to what I was about to say to Quadra. I was gonna say, like, speaking of throwing hands. But then I forgot what Pokemon I was thinking of. Oh wait, actually no, I remember. I think it's gonna be at like the very, very end of the list. What is Urshifu? Not yet, but also Goldenrod says, well, trying to. Wait, I read that already. Anyways, moving on, we got. I'm pretty sure this is Heatran. I remember basically nothing about this fella except that it was like an event Pokemon in this old Roblox game I used to play called Pokemon Brick Bronze before Nintendo shut it down. That's all I remember Heatran for. No interesting anime appearances, manga appearances. Game-wise, I've barely ever seen it. Besides Brick Bronze. Well, this is Heatran A tier for pure competitive bias. I mean, I guess that's interesting, but also factoring in its design, it's kind of bleh. Like, I'm going to put it in D tier. It's not really doing much for me, personally. Goldenrod is the Heat Dome Pokemon. Alright, I think I'm gonna put it there. Next up, we got Ho-Oh. Oh. Well, just D tier is valid since all it does for me is competitive. Alright, fair enough. The Ho-Oh. I like the coloring that it's got. It was the first the first legendary Pokemon seen in the anime, and I don't know if I would say iconic, but like Ash picking up its feather, I think at the very end of the first episode was pretty interesting. Like, I feel like it's pretty memorable, and yeah, technically the first legendary we see in the anime, and one of the OGs, true. Plus the man that resurrected the 3 legendary dogs / cats into what they are now. It's pretty neat. If we don't count the opening, that is. Oh, true. Yeah. I will say, I feel like his design is overall inferior to kind of its rival, I want to call it, like Lugia. I kind of like to consider them rivals. So cool in its own right, definitely. I'm gonna put it up in 8 here, I think. Right here. And Goldenrod says beasts. Is that what they're called? The legendary beasts? That works for them. Now for Hoopa. I remember watching its movie, and I loved it quite a bit. Plus, I think its movie did have a lot of legendary Mega Evolutions for the very first time. I remember there's a shiny Mega Rayquaza, I think, as well as shiny Latios and Latias. Plus, Koopa's like the thing it does with its rings that allow it to summon other Pokemon, and like they act as portals. I always thought that was pretty neat. Plus, its large form also is a pretty cool design. I actually want to. The little version of it is not as good as Ho-Oh, but I want to put the bigger version above Ho-Oh. I think it looks the big form looks neater. Also, Quadras, thank you. Most put him in B or C tier, and I hate it. And I like Koopa. He's cool. I mean, granted, anime, manga, games, not too much about him. Just the movie, but he does dang well in the movies. Plus, actually, now that I think about it, I think I remember him being in the Pokemon Masters story. If anyone plays that. Plus, like, his powers, I feel like, make him very memorable for what little screen time he has. Let's like what little screen time he has compared to some other Pokemon on the list. I meant that for Ho-Oh, but I have the same compliment for both. Oh, okay. My bad. Let's see. Jirachi? Jirachi is adorable. It was an event Pokemon I remember always trying to get in every save in Pokemon Brick Bronze. I don't remember it being very good gameplay-wise. But in its movie or special, I don't remember what it was, but in a media where it was the main Pokemon, it did make not Ash. It made Max from the Pokemon Hoenn anime. Probably one of my least favorites traveling companions that Ash has ever had. It actually made him tolerable for a little bit. I think that is a good accomplishment for little Jirachi here. So S tier alongside the other adorable fellas here. Plus, you know, his ability is granting wishes. That's always pretty neat. Watch this. Jirachi's an easy A tier. I've sent it higher. That's a Goldenrod says that's amazing in battles. Ooh, interesting. Quadras, it's an A tier for literally get rid of Pokemon. Okay. And making May vanish. Wait. Did it do that? I don't remember that. Well, actually, it basically being the god of destruction if you tell it to. Quadras says yes, Jirachi was savage in the movie and now. Yeah, I need to rewatch that movie. Alright, now for Keldeo. The only other person in this movie that I've rated so far was pretty low. Keldeo himself, he had an interesting growth arc in this movie, I guess. He has a cool design. I don't know if like what he does is really memorable enough though. I mean, his sword horn is pretty neat. But I don't feel like it carries him enough the same way like Koopa's portals do. Or like Jirachi's wish granting or anything like that. Could have put it B tier for that form, and then C tier, I think, for this form, personally. Yes, it's exactly as what Quadra had. High C and low B. Yeah. C or B tier, and Goldenrod's as Hoopa is, and yeah. Alright, Kyogre. Not as cool as Groudon for me, personally. It is still cool, though. Like, I like it being based off a killer whale. It looks awesome. And just like with Groudon, I feel like the design looks good. Like, Primal Kyogre looks pretty good. Like, it looks really good for, like, an amped-up Kyogre. Like, the way it, like, his design actually looks a lot like what I would imagine for Kyogre if it was, like, bioluminescent and it was constantly swimming in, like, the deepest parts of the ocean. I think that looks, I think that looks really neat. I think what I just suggested also fits really well with why it's blue. It's now more darkly colored. Also, Quadras is not as cool as Groudon for me. And Quadras, oh, here comes the disagreements for me. Okay, but like killer whales are cool, but like basically dinosaur though. Quadras is, I think they look equally cool for me. Okay, I can agree with them. Or at least like they're around the same level. I prefer Kyogre a little bit less, Groudon a little more, but yeah, I'll put it in S tier too. Goldenrod's personally primal form is my favorite. The primal forms are very nice. Oh, now we got Kyurem. Yeah, I think normal form Kyurem looks pretty neat. Plus, I found its role in the Keldeo movie pretty interesting, where like fighting it is like a rite of passage. And I think because Keldeo ran away from it, the fight after the other Swords of Justice got frozen, it went on basically like a Terminator thing where it was chasing Keldeo and Ash's friends throughout the movie. I kind of wish the other, like the black and white Kyurem forms looked a little more like Kyurem. They are interesting. Also, more messages. Enemy says, it doesn't matter. Uncle Ben, Rayquaza is better than both of them. I can agree with that a little bit. I feel like Rayquaza and Groudon are like on par. Mega Rayquaza is above them both. Now that design is awesome. I was like, Quadras, Kyurem is weird for me, because it's one of those few where I think the base form looks the best, same. And I wish we had the complete dragon. Sick. It's not too memorable, though, which is kind of unfortunate, because it's supposed to be, like, the third legendary for Unova. Like, I say, you know, considering these, like, I'd imagine it's supposed to be, like, part of a trio with Reshiram and Zekrom. But it does not get nearly enough attention for that, and Goldenrod agreed, so I'm gonna put it in A tier. Personally, the other forms, though, go to high B. They're cooler than Genesect and Keldeo, but they aren't quite on par with Kyurem base form. I was like, Quadras, it's rare base Kyurem A tier, yo. Yep. And Goldenrod says Zygarde was more memorable. Oh, yeah, Zygarde was exceptionally memorable for me, personally. As someone who watched the X and Y anime. Landorus. Its whole group is really meh to me. I don't really like Landorus. This form in particular looks something I don't like about it. Not as bad as Cresselia though. So, Cosmog is apparently really bad gameplay wise, kind of boring design wise. I'm gonna put it above that. Like Landorus F tier because of competitive play. Well, actually, I guess I was actually kind of nice to it then. Artist of Zygarde was just Cell. I mean, not entirely. I can kind of see the similarities. I feel like the thing from the anime where it's like a bunch of tiny, like first form Zygardes merged together to become stronger, larger forms. I think it's kind of interesting. It's like a sentient spirit bomb. As the Quad just says, yes, the E tier Landorus. And also, I'm joking. I like Zygarde. Okay. Now for Latios and Latias. These are going in F tier. I'm kidding. Let's see. From what I remember of them, anime and manga wise, not too much about them. I also never played with them, but I like their designs quite a bit. I think they're neat. Rogers says, I will judge you, but answer honestly. And Goldenrod says, like wishy-washy. I feel like the most memorable thing I remember about Latias was, the fact that it kissed Ash in its human form, which is kind of weird. Latios, not so much for any, like, in terms of memorability. Like, they're cool looking Pokemon, but I don't feel like for what I've seen of them, but like what little I've seen, they get enough attention. Like, really make them stand out. And I guess I remember getting one of them in Alpha Sapphire. That was fun. Oh, Quadras, they gave you Fly Mode in Auraz, and Real Human says, hello Dino, hello to Real Human, welcome. Thank you for stopping by the stream today. It's good to see you here, hope you're doing well, and I hope you have a good time here with us. Welcome. Right now, we are just in the middle of ranking some legendary and mythical Pokemon. Going well so far, and I hope you have a good time here with us. I like the red on Latias more than the blue on Latios, so I'm gonna put Latias a bit above Latios. Plus, I kind of like the more smiley and happy look of Latias instead of the more stern look of Latios that it constantly has. Well, I accept this. Alright. Unfortunately, I feel like the Megas are going to go to a similar level as the Kyurem forms, but above them, because their designs look cooler. I kind of wish maybe they could have kept the colorings of their base forms, because I can't, it's very difficult for me to tell them apart whenever I look at them. Plus, it may be me personally, but I don't know if the purple really works. I kind of wish there was more like Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre, where it looks like the base forms, but like more amped up. I guess also the same thing for like Mega Rayquaza as well. Like, look like the regular versions, but with like larger wings, maybe some horns, extra spikes, maybe like differently shaped heads. Maybe like emphasize the more dragon-like parts of them. I don't know. I just feel like they could have done more for their Mega evolutions. And I say this as someone who loves Megas. Quadra says, let's go! And Goldenrod says, agreed, older bro, I understand. Quadra says, oh, I think the Megas are D tier? Oh, okay. Real Humans says, I think the only difference is in the eye color. Really? Yeah, I feel like that's pretty bad in terms of design choices. You gotta give us a lot more than that. Also, Quadra says, Latios and Latias are my favorites, but the Megas are bad. Yeah. I'm putting them in B tier because I do like the general looks of them, but like, maybe change up the color scheme or... Could have added different features. Again, like I said, maybe horns or maybe like sharper, more dragon-like features on them. Like what Mega Rayquaza has. Also, Goldenrod and Mega Rayquaza is... Oh, it's shiny. Every Humans is nice, and... Let's see. Next, we move on to Lugia. Like I said before, prefer its design over Ho-Oh. It has an extremely memorable anime appearance for me because I remember once, I think Ash and his friends saved a Lugia egg that hatched into a baby Lugia with another Lugia around as his parents. And it just blew my mind when I watched it because I was like, wait, legendaries are they're genderless, they can't reproduce. They're supposed to be like one of their kind, but Lugia broke that cycle. And that really makes it stick out to me. Plus, it's got a cool design, and it also boggles my mind how it's a psychic and flying type instead of water. Like, it could have been water flying or water psychic, but psychic flying, even though it's always like portrayed as being related to water in some way. There's a lot about it that sticks, like allows it to stick in my mind. Like what? It's like Quadra says, I would have preferred if Latias was like an orange yellow, like a shiny color, and Latias was a teal and dark blue, like it's shiny. Ooh, that could be interesting. And Real Human says the general look is good, but maybe give like maybe make the Megas not the exact same thing. I think something similar happened with the Apple Dragon Pokemon from Sword and Shield, right? Like they had the same Gigantamax form. Like the exact same one. I think that's just ridiculous. Rogers Lugia's big arms. Yep. And Goldenrod just took care of a baby Lugia. Real Human says, yeah, it really should be water. And Quadra says, it's literally the guardian of the sea. Bruh. Like, I don't get it. I think it has something to do with the fact that, like, Psychic was given to, like, all the legendaries well, not all the legendaries. Like, because it was a strong typing at the time, a lot of legendaries had it. Just because. I really do feel like it should be water flying, or at least water psychic. And then give it levitate. I don't know. Anyways. I'm gonna put it... honestly, above Arceus, right beneath Dialga. Or actually, maybe a little bit above Dialga? I don't know. These two are very solid to me. I don't know which of them I would like more. Lugia has more going for it in terms of overall memorability, because again, baby Lugia plus nonsensical typing. And again, there is more going on with Dialga's design. Plus, as cool as water powers are, time power is still pretty neat. And Goldenrod says Silver Soul. could have put it right underneath Dialga. I feel like I would say they're around equal though, personally. Moving on, we got Lunala. It's an interesting design. I feel like there could have been more you could have done for like a moon-based Pokemon, but it is an interesting one. I kind of prefer it a little more than Solgaleo. I don't remember too much about it though, so... Quadra says S for bias. I don't want to put it too low, but due to not being memorable enough for me, I kind of want to put it around here. Human says, I am a Lunala enjoyer personally. You gotta personally put it in that C tier, but I respect your opinion, I'm sorry. I have not enough of a connection to Pokemon Sun and Moon to maybe appreciate this mon a bit more. Also, Goldenrod, since Ghost type, I love it personally. I feel like I'm the only one left out here. It's at least better than Latios and Latias Megos. I guess so. Definitely better than the others over here in B tier. So actually, yeah. Now I gotta promote it up a bit. It definitely looks a lot snazzier than everyone else around here. Not enough memorability, but I'll let it slide, I think. Mugirna, I remember it from the Volcanion, I think it was, movie. It's an interesting robot mon. That happens to look like a bunny for some reason, I don't know why. I liked its role in the movie. Gameplay-wise, I know very little about it. Rest of the anime, I don't know if it had any appearances in the anime besides the movie. Manga, I know nothing about it. The only thing I remember is that it's shiny and it's literally just a Pokeball. A little bit above Keldeo and Genesect in terms of movie roles, but beneath everything else, I think. Goldenrod is, yeah, because it was created that way. Alright, next up we got Manaphy, I think this is. I'm pretty sure it's Manaphy, not the other one. I think Manaphy is cute, but I don't remember any noticeable appearances about it. I don't remember any notable appearances of it in the anime, movies, manga. Game-wise, I remember hearing it's like one of the worst legendaries out there, or at least its offspring. I forgot what it's called. Mione or something like that. I don't remember too much about Manaphy besides that. Goldenrod is bonded with May. I don't remember that. Got a cute design though, but I think I have to put it down in C tier. Sorry, little fella. Now for Marshadow. I remember very, very, very little about Marshadow. I like its design, but there's not much going on with Marshadow as far as I can remember. I remember it being in any movies. I remember seeing it in the anime or the manga. Gameplay-wise, Also have not seen it. Still I like its design though. Like how it kind of glows greenish when it attacks something, I think. I think I've seen that kind of animation like in the games or something like that. It looks neat. But there's not much else going on for it, so I don't know. Ryukimitsu says I am Marshadow's biggest defender. I think it needs the defense right now, personally. Right now, I want to put it in C tier between Azelf and Articuno. Because it's got a cool design, but not as memorable as Articuno or really anyone else like above it. It's Goldenrod since he was the Hoa movie with the rainbow feather. Ryukimitsu's Marshadow did have a brief role in the Pokemon I Choose You. Oh, I haven't seen it yet, though. I think I'm going to put it here for now, but if you can, refute it. I am all ears. I'm pretty sure this little fella over here in the meantime is the pre-evolution of this guy, so I'm gonna put them next to each other. I remember very little about them except that I think they were part of Actus team in the Alola region, and that they were part of Pokemon Go, I think. Not much else going on for them, and design-wise, it's they're very underwhelming for me. It looks like a bunch of, the evolution in particular looks like just a bunch of junk that was glued together to make it look like an interesting mech of some kind. Like if someone went through a trash can to create a make-yourself action figure of some kind. So I'm gonna put it down. I'm gonna put them down in D tier personally. No real connection to them, and their designs are kind of bleh for me. Goldenrod is possibly one of the most annoying Pokemon to evolve. Oh no. And Ryukyumin says that movie is half the reason I love this Pokemon. Watch the movie whenever you can. You will love Marshadow as much as I do. Alright. I will keep that in mind for later. Alright, next up. We got Meloetta. That was pretty interesting in the Pokemon anime, where it sang to soothe other Pokemon that were fighting. It's got both forms have a pretty interesting design. Kind of basic, I feel like there's not really too much going on with them, but I think simplicity kind of works here. Should I put them in? I'm gonna put them in B tier, I think, personally. Barely memorable in the anime. Interesting ability with their singing. Plus the form looks kind of sweet. And Goldenrod says she's adorable as well as powerful. I think B works for her. And then Mess Spirits. I feel like it's on par with Azelf. Cool design, the design is alright, but I don't remember anything about it from the anime, manga, games, anything really. It's just kind of been there, So I'm just gonna put it, right where its brother is, I think. The quadrant says Hatsune Miku. I guess it kind of does look like Hatsune Miku. Actually, speaking of which, hasn't Hatsune Miku just had a crossover with Pokemon? I think I remember hearing about it. Zeta Loves Socks is here. I made it, but I'm late. It's okay, Zeta. You're never late. The Dino does not care when you what time you show up. It's fine. Like, just having you guys here, no matter if it's like halfway through the stream or even at the very end. Just coming to say hi is good enough for the Dino. And also Quadras is dark and fighting Miku, my beloved. And Zeta says I was the one who posted the Pokemon thing. Oh, are you Little Liar from Discord? If you are, everyone, say thank you to Zeta here for inspiring me to do this. And Zeta says yes, I am. Awesome. Yeah, one crazy little liar. Thank you, Zeta, for inspiring me to do this. It's been a lot of fun so far. And also Quadras. Oh yeah, also shout outs to all the lurkers as well. Even if you aren't saying hi as well. If you're just here chilling, I hope that you're having a good time here with us as well. Being with us in spirit is also plenty enough for me. All I ask is that you have a good time here. It's like I hope that you're having a good time here. It's not mandatory. But I hope that you are. Alright, so next up we got Mew and the Mewtwo's. Alright. Let's see. Mew? It's very adorable. Plus the big fight it had against Mewtwo during the Mewtwo movie was very cool. Plus the thing he does with it does with like the little bubbles, like the one it used to save Ash. I like it being like one, the fact that it's the ancestor of all Pokemon is very interesting. And two, like, the fact that it's like a very childish contrast to the more stoic and dark Mewtwo. I like it. So, also wait, Quadras says, have a good time or you'll be banned. Nah. Maybe, but also Real Human says, have a good time here or else Dino will bite. And Goldenrod says, S tier for me. And Real Human. Quadras says, to Real Human, same brain cell. And Quadras says, Mew is definitely S tier. The cuteness and the power of it, and memorability shoots it all the way up here, alongside its clone Mewtwo. Like its origin of being a test tube, being a clone raised in a test tube, I think constantly living in like a dream world alongside a clone of Charizard, not Charizard, Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and I think one of the professor's daughters, like the guy that was creating Mewtwo. He had a clone of his daughter that was kind of raised alongside baby Mewtwo. And then when all the clones besides Mewtwo died, like I think that was like alongside whatever stuff Team Rocket in general was trying to do to it, like I think that's a good enough reason for it to be pretty upset at humanity. Like humans caused it quite a bit of trauma. And then for the Mewtwo forms. Mewtwo Y was the first one I ever saw, plus I like it especially because it does what Mewtwo is supposed to do. It's a good special attacker. Whereas Mewtwo X does not do that, and I do not like it for that. So I'm gonna put it down in D tier. I am very biased towards special attackers. And I do not like it when someone like the Mewtwo X tries to deviate from the pattern. Also, Zeta says, Mew is like B tier for me simply because I never used it. Fair enough. And Goldenrod says yeah, and Quad says also Detective Pikachu. Interesting. Anyways, we have Moltres up, who I'm definitely gonna put above Articuno, because as I mentioned before, design looks a lot cooler. Anime appearance-wise, I think it helped Ash's talent. I think it was Fletchender evolve into Talonflame or something. Was that it? I think so. Manga, can't think of anything. Gameplay-wise, it's kind of like a... I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like basically a better Charizard. If you don't have a Mega Evolution or something else for Charizard. Also, Goldenrod says Mewtwo X is amazing in Pokémon Tournament DX. And Zeta says, Noivern evolved against Zapdos, I think. And then Fletchender became Talonflame against Moltres. Oh yeah, actually, I think I remember this actually, yeah. Zeta says, in the manga, they combined into a triple bird. I remember that for a bit. They also did something interesting like that with Eevee, right? I forgot what it was exactly. Roger says, I'm biased to physical attackers. Exornus and other special attack legendaries. Name has come. Oh wait, no, I meant special attackers. I'm biased towards them. Like I'm against physical attackers like Mewtwo X. It's because it's the things that counter or are harmful for physical attackers, like poison point, I think, like static, those kind of abilities where physical attacks will be affected, but special attackers completely avoid it, and also counter. Special attacks, like it feels more convenient. Like the odds of experiencing a mirror coat as opposed to counter, in my experience, is a lot lower. The special attackers are generally more safer. Plus, in my imagination, it's a lot cooler because physical attacks are like fists and punches. Meanwhile, special attacks are giant waves, beams of energy and death, fire breath, like all the beam attacks. Which personally I feel like looks cooler in my head when I'm playing Pokemon more so than physical moves. I don't think that should be important. That should be important when it comes to playing Pokemon, but I don't care. My inner child is gonna daydream while being in a Pokemon fight, and it's gonna look good. It's gonna. Also, Quadra says, oh, in that case, it's still my time has come in a different way. Yep. And Goldenrod says, I like sync ability with me. What do you mean, like, for Pokemon Masters? I think Professor Oak had Mew, right? Anyways. Where should I put Moltres? Yeah, I'm gonna put it right beneath its dear old dad. Well, actually, no, not dad. It's fellow Firebird. Oops. I didn't mean to scroll down, my bad. Also, I just realized. Because of, the rose now. You can't see the F tier anymore, or the Pokemon that are coming next. Actually, partially this is good, because now no one has to deal with looking at Cresselia anymore. Plus, it's a surprise for what Pokemon are next. Kind of, even though I feel like everyone at this point has probably caught on to the fact that I think everything is in alphabetical order, but... And Goldenrod says you're good. So next we got... Quadras says Cresselia deserved it. Next up we got Necrozma. All the forms of Necrozma. It is a very interesting legendary for Sun and Moon. Ultra Necrozma especially looks awesome. Don't know too much about it though. Also, let's see. Enemy says, "Oh boy, it's time." And Zeta says, "No one uses Cresselia." And Necrozma's the greatest to ever do it. Ultra Necrozma is an easy S tier, and Goldenrod since I use it sometimes. Base form Necrozma is pretty neat. I'll put it above Lunala. Ultra Necrozma is going up to top 8 here. It's an extremely cool design, but I don't know enough about it, and I don't have enough of a bond to it compared to the other S tier Pokemon. It's going like at the very top of A tier, but it hasn't done enough to quite breach the barrier yet. And Real Human says, "I love Necrozma, easily in my top 10 Pokemon." Rogers is close enough. Enemy says it eats light. Travels through wormholes between the worlds. That's actually kind of neat. Zeta says, "I like Dawn Wings better than Duskmane." As for the other Necrozma designs, down here, put them down. Sorry. And also looking at my phone now, all the E tier Pokemon are now gone too. So Enemy says its Z move is basically a nuke. Okay, that's interesting to me. Eventually, you're only going to be able to see the C tier Pokemon, I think, at this point. You know what? That may not be for the worst, actually. Also, Rogers, I like the idea that as you put more tiers get wiped. Cresselia was so bad she just got eradicated from existence after we got enough decent Pokemon. Speaking of decent Pokemon, we got Palkia. We got the rest of his buddies up in S tier and then in A tier, but personally, Palkia I think goes to B tier. Design-wise, I feel like it's the most underwhelming. Its space powers are cool, but it doesn't quite live up to as much hype as Dialga gave me or Giratina. And it has fairly similar, I guess, screen time, or like appearances to Dialga in my head, so. Put it here. Sorry. Palkia is still cool, but not quite as cool as some of those up in A tier. Also, wait. Enemy says also his themes to me. And Quadra says, "I support the land restoration." Yeah, get him out of here, and Cosmo M too. Also, Zeta says, "Banished to the Shadow Realm." Yes. Palkia was easily the worst of the creation trio. Quadra says, "Palkia looks wrong." And I can't stop laughing because I'm 5. I mean, I will say definitely he doesn't look right for, I think his typing was like dragon and water or something. Like that looks like that should be Lugia's typing actually. Meanwhile, Lugia's typing of psychic and flying should be Palkia. Anyways, Zeta says, "However, his cry was a mixture of a Star Wars creature in the anime." Interesting, and Quadras says, "I'm glad Palkia and Dialga's other forms were not here. Oh geez, they would deserve their own tier. I've seen those designs, and they're going straight to F alongside Cresselia. Actually, no, E tier. I would actually feel bad for offending them if I put them in the same tier as Cresselia. This F is too generous. And Zeta says the creation trio was meant to symbolize solid, liquid, and gas, hence steel, water, and ghost. And Real Human says, why is Palkia not Psychic? It makes more sense on him. I don't know why, it's so weird. But also, Zeta says, I actually like new forms. I mean, I respect your opinion, but me personally, it's, yeah. Quadrant says, why I hate the other forms more is that they drag down really good design. Like, Palkia and Dialga, as they are now, already look awesome. I would like to see, I would like to see primal forms, like what Kyogre and Groudon had. Those could have looked sick, but no. We did not get that, unfortunately. The next up we got Mione, which is basically the same as Manaphy for me, but I think it's worse because it has worse stats. I think it's just 80 all around for everything. Zeta says they got origin forms to match Giratina. Quadras, how did Giratina's origin look amazing in that Palkia and Dialga? It stole their powers to make its origin form look cooler. So Quadras' Mione, I think it's E. It is a cute design though. I'm gonna put it at very bottom C. It's worse in competitive than its parents. Nothing very memorable about it, but it is cute like Manaphy is, so I'm gonna put it on the same tier as them. I don't think it deserves to be D. Also, Quadras is, yeah, hang on a minute. Malmetal is D? Oh yeah, I just don't really like the designs of them. Plus, like, no memorability too much outside of it being in Ash's Alolan team, apparently. It being in Pokemon Go. It's kind of bleh for me. Quadras is the Evo, sure, but the small? Small is also kind of it. It looks like a Ditto made out of molten metal, carrying a gear around. Not much to it. Also, Goldenrod's Fione is D. I feel like I'm actually being surprisingly too nice to it compared to what everyone else is saying. Also, Zeta says another fun fact, Palkia and Dialga's origin forms are closer to Arceus. Meanwhile, Giratina has a form that doesn't match Arceus. And Quadras is so cute in the anime with Rowlets. I'm sorry, I haven't seen the Sun and Moon anime. I don't know. Also, he freaked up Team Rocket after they abused Rowlets. Okay, I need to see this then. I just love Malmetal and Rowlet's relationship. Okay, you know what? Maybe now, and that's gonna put the little buddy a little higher up. And now I think he's helped to erase D tier. by promoting him, he has taken out his own evolution. And Quadras says, I agree with this. Oh god, now I actually have to scroll down myself. Actually pick Pokemon now. Alright, so next up we got Raikou. Let's see, I'm gonna put him up in S tier alongside his fellow legendary beast. He had some very interesting specials in Pokemon Chronicles. Maybe not quite as impactful as Entei's movie, but still pretty cool. Plus, I like his design a little bit more than Entei. like I said before, like the saber-toothed saber-toothed cat kind of look he's got going. So I feel like his design does scream out more electric, more so than Entei's does fire. It's better representing his elements with his design. Plus, also now that I think about it, he has like a weird, like past version of himself that looks like a sauropod, which I think is cool. Anyways, Roger says, even if he's not A tier, I support him being above the Evo, and also, based, Raikou is sick. And Zeta says, I may get some flame for this, but I like Raikou and Suicune's new forms better than the original. They have new forms? Are you talking about like what I mentioned just now, like the past Raikou, I guess, or? Roger says, I think Entei's hair is supposed to be like a smoke cloud in terms of look. I can see it, but I don't know if it would be weird for more of his fur to be red or something, but who knows? I feel like there are other Pokemon on here, like Moltres, especially, that scream out fire better than Entei. I can kind of see it on an Entei, but it's not as effective, I feel. Goldenrod says he looks amazing, and Quadra says to Zeta. Suicune, yes, absolutely. Raikou, I disagree. Oh, and Zeta says, new forms add Dragon type, and the Dino forms. And Quadra says, Zebra Raikous. Goldenrod says, Walking Wake. Is that what it's called? And I know that's why he's on my team. Because Walking Wake is one of the coolest looking Pokemon. Alright, now we got straight to S tier Rayquaza. I don't need to say any more. I had a lot of fun playing with it in Alpha Sapphire. Its design, both the original and its Mega form, are badass. It's pretty memorable in the Mega Evolution specials. I don't remember. Actually, yeah, I remember. I mentioned it before with Darkrai. Cynthia had a shiny one for a little bit in a dream, and that looked awesome. Plus, I think Ash rode around on a shiny Mega one during the Hoopa movie. Plus, I mean, it's Rayquaza. It is by far one of the best Pokemon out there in terms of everything. Plus, it's extremely good and competitive to the point I remember its Mega was literally banned because it was too OP. I think was it even banned from the tier for Pokemon that are banned from competitive or something like that. I feel like it's the main if there is any reason why Mega Evolutions haven't come back into games, it's probably because they're scared of recoding in Rayquaza and having him just solo every other mon out here. Also, Quadra says S tier is too low. S plus tier for Rayquaza. I would do that for him, but also Zeta says Rayquaza was so good that it broke the competitive tier list. Literally had a whole tier made for it. I like how I had it like far above Groudon when I said before they were like equals personally. I think the Mega gives it the extra edge. Anyways, Rayquaza was so good it broke the competitive tier list. Literally had a whole tier made for it. Still broken if I recall correctly, and 3 generations later, and it's still banned from the ban list. You can't even get it, probably, in the newest games, and yet it's still banned. It's just like, we don't care. We just don't want you here. It's like Goku trying to get into a martial arts tournament if everyone knew about how strong Goku was. He would just not be allowed in because it wouldn't be entertaining for anyone. Because he would just wipe the floor of everybody. Also, Goldenrod to see you later. Alright, see you, Goldenrod. Thank you for stopping by. It's good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. And I hope you're having... Oh, no, I'm right, wrong thing. I hope you had a good time here at the stream today. Take care, and have a good rest of your night. I tried to have these memorized, but my brain, for some reason, did not choose the right time to say them. Just says, have a good night to Goldenrod. Okay, so next up we got the Reggies, starting with Regice. These guys have never really done it for me in terms of legendary Pokemon groups. They do get carried quite a bit in the anime, thanks to, I think, Brendan from one of the Frontier Brains, who uses all three of them. I remember they wiped the floor with Paul. Was Ash's rival during Sinnoh. That was a cool moment for those guys. And in the manga, I remember a little bit about them, plus them all getting one shot by Regigigas when he woke up. That was cool. Squadron says, I'm super biased for the Reggies, because as a kid, I was absolutely mind blown when I had a strategy guide on how to unlock. And Seta says, my Reggie list, Regice, Regirock, Regidrago, Regielect, Registeel, and Regigigas. And also, I was a popular nerd in elementary because I showed people how to unlock the Reggies. That's cool. For me personally, though, I think I'm gonna put them in C tier. They're kind of... yeah, personally. Regice is interesting-ish. Registeel, a little bit below it, and Regirock, I feel like it's the most meh out of all of them. Regigigas, I want to put it a little bit higher because it does have the makings to be a really good Mon, like it has good stats. The only thing that's keeping it down is its ability, like slow start, I think. It's like Slacking. Slacking and also Archeops, I think his name is. They all are just hindered by their ability, and if they could get replaced with something else, they would be pretty cool Mons. And Zeta says, yes, slow starts. Also, I was expecting lower. I don't want to be too harsh to them, but especially again, I just mentioned, like, there are memorable moments they have had in other media. I think that's carrying them a bit. But also, Regigigas should be A tier for comedy alone. I'm considering it. But also, Zeta says, yes, slow starts. Regigigas also sounds like mashing a face against a keyboard in the anime. And Quartus says, because you get it at level 1 by doing a hard event in Platinum. That sounds perfect. Reggies are S tier solely for their anime crimes. I wanna be nice and put it in B tier, I think. Also, wait, hold on. Real Humans is right. Wait, I read that. And Quadrants says, I'm curious, does this list include Ultra Beasts? Looking, I do not believe it does. Let me check. Also, we got a lot more of these guys left to go, but Yeah, no Ultra Beasts, it seems. So next we got Reshiram. Both the Reshiram and the Zekrom moves, which are basically just the same as each other, but Reshiram and Zekrom switch places. They do make me appreciate both of them quite a bit. Reshiram, I kind of like a little less than Zekrom. I feel like Zekrom's a little cooler in terms of design. But Reshiram is still a plenty cool Amon. I don't know where I would quite put it at. I think maybe around here. Not quite as memorable as Latios and Latias, personally, but cooler design definitely than Palkia. I'm gonna put up an A tier, I think. Also, Quadras, okay, I wanted to joke Guzzlord at S tier for the anime cry alone. Instead it says, Zekrom is way higher than Reshiram. I don't like Reshiram. Alright, understandable. I've always thought Zekrom was the cooler of the two. My sisters thought otherwise. Zekrom is like, it took a dragon, combined it with a jet and a turbine. And Electric Dragon is awesome. Meanwhile, Reshiram is just a fluffy dragon. Yeah, fair enough, but I think from what I've seen of like its move Fusion Flare in the anime, plus like when his tail actually starts going, like there's some fire coming out of it. It does look kind of neat. But yeah, a little bit underwhelming compared to Zekrom. And Quadras says, Guzzlord in the anime sounds like a screaming man who stepped on a Lego. So he sounds dead. Anyways, next we got, we got a blank space, apparently. Like, there's nothing in this square, but I can move it around. We have Thin Air as a legendary Pokemon. Oh, wait, Quadras is missing now. Oh! Okay, actually, that's clever. Oh, okay. Also, Real Humans says, I'm so sorry for Guzzlord. Alright, so missing now. Yeah. Citizens are supposed to be missing now as well, so... Where do we put missing now? I think especially because I have a friend, actually, who is a VTuber missing now. Let's put him up in S tier. Yeah. S tier for infamy alone, true. I mean, it's not like he can have anything else, because, you know, it's a glitchmon. Not supposed to be, like, in the anime or anything like that. So, like, it would be kind of unfair to judge it based on other things. Next up, we got Shaman. I'm just gonna, right off the bat, put both versions of Shaman in F tier alongside Cresselia, because I know very little. I've basically never seen it in the games, nor in the mangas. But in the movie, Shaman is just annoying. I do not like it. It's too full of itself. Also, Zeta says that's fair, so bad in the anime, and Quadras says, oh yeah, never mind, that makes sense. Yeah, I did not like the anime Shaman at all. Alright, so next we got, I think this fella is called Type Null, right? And I don't know how to feel about it. It feels, its design reminds me of, like, it's like a Frankenstein kind of monster creature. Which is kind of cool, but it doesn't feel special enough, or like there's not much else going on with it. Oh, whoops. I was about to defend the hedge, but then the anime. Yep, anime ruined it. And Zeta is that one is Silvari. The bound version is type null. Oh, but do we have type null in here, or is it not considered a Pokemon? Well, like a legendary / mythical Pokemon. Oh no, there is type null. Yeah, that one is Silvari, and Silvari is meant to be a bootleg Arceus, literally. Oh, it's supposed to be God. Or like an artificial god. Because it's something like Arceus's plays. Oh. Real humans, every time I use Silvari, I nickname it False God. So, bootleg Arceus, discount Genesect. So as I said before, I know very little about like Sun and Moon, but its origin of being like a false, like an attempt at creating God actually makes it pretty interesting alongside the Frankenstein. Yeah, I'm gonna put him up in B tier alongside Type Null. Quadras, and its ability is literally called the RKS system. Interesting. What does that stand for? Is it supposed to be like Arceus, or just like a lot of letters removed plus K instead of a C? It is a pun on Arceus. Oh. I feel like because of the K, I should be pronouncing it Arceus now at this point, but I am stubborn in calling it Arceus. Anyways, moving on to Suicune. It's an interesting mon. Didn't have anything quite on par with the other legendary beasts though in terms of appearances in the anime / movies, for me at least. Its ability to clean water just by touching it's cool. It has a very mystical look to it in its design, which is nice, but not much else going for it. I gotta put it above Articuno at least. The real humans is it has the same gimmick as Arceus, the only difference being it has 100 stats per stat instead of 120. That was 95. Oh, really? Oh, it is 95. Human. And Quadras is, they literally called it Arceus because, oh yeah, right. And Suicune to S tier. Oops. Quadras. Oh no, Ty, them's fighting words. Keeping Suicune in C tier, and you can't stop me. Moving on. We're getting the Tapus. I do not know anything about them in Sun and Moon, so all of them going to E tier. Just cause. Y'all can't stop me. Anyways, to calm down the chaos. Dr. Forrester just subbed at tier 1, and they subbed for a whole 13 years now. Nice. Thank you for the subs, Dr. Forrester. I appreciate the support. Congrats on your 13th month of subbing. I see your messages. Oops. Good to see you, and hope you're doing well today. Oh, whoops, hold on. Get the weird promo stuff at the top of the screen out there. Anyways, one messages I get just now. Zeta says, nah, I never liked the dog trio. I agree with Ty wholeheartedly. Thank you. Also, Tapu Boo. I just put all the Tapus down in E tier because like I said before, I know very little about them, and the designs are kind of meh. So it is what it is. Also, Quadras, it's me whose favorite game is Soul Silver. Pain.png. Sorry, Quadra. The Zeta says Tapu Koko. Tapu Fini, Tapu Lele, and Tapu Tulu. Of course, it says E. Yeah, so Quadra says Tapu's being E is actually accurate. Okay, then. I did it as a joke, but I mean, granted, I also didn't know where else I can really put them. Like, they aren't atrociously bad, like F, but I don't think I can really put them anywhere else. I do not know enough about them to put them anywhere else. Zeta says, I actually like Tapu Lele, it's cute. And Real Humans is 13 years, dang. Roger says, okay, Lele is D. I don't know which one that is. Alright, but anyways. I think this dude is... Alright, let's see. Taraki and... so the pink one is Tapu Lele. And I can put it up here to D. Pink is Lele, purple is Fini, Coco is yellow. And Bulu is red, okay. The Tarakian... It is on par with his other Sword of Justice. You're only memorable because you showed up slightly in Keldio's movie, and that's about it. Same thing for Verizon Wireless here, who I'm gonna put over here just ahead of time. Yeah, the best looking design compared to the others, though. Also, Zeta says, wait, I read that one, and Quadra says, me as a Terrakion fan, pain PNG. Sorry. I just do not care for the Swords of Justice at all. And we got more to add to the E tier. We got Tornadoes, I think, or... Was this one Tornadoes? I don't know, I don't care. They're both going here. All straight to E. I do not care at all for this trio. Also, Quadra says, never mind, tie-based again. Thank you. I have redeemed myself in Quadra's eyes. Also, Zeta says, Keldeo is just an MLP. My little sword of justice, my little sword of justice. Also, Zeta says, Landorus should be an F tier. I'm not gonna put them that low, like I don't like them, but they're not as atrocious as Shaman and Cresselia, personally. But joining everyone in D tier is gonna be this guy, because I do not remember his name like the others. He's not as memorable as the others, but unlike them, his design is also kind of bleh. As a Quadra says, any list that puts the genies low is a good list. Then I have done a good job. Victini, I loved Victini's movie. You're going straight up to S tier. Yes, you are adorable. I liked the thing where it kept going invisible and taking people's macarons. It felt like it was genuinely like what a little child would do if they could be invisible, fly around, and steal stuff. Plus, it had an interesting story in the movie. Like originally being the Pokemon of an old king, it had his friend die while I think they were moving around a castle or something. And I genuinely cried when I thought Victini died at the end of the movie, only for it to come back, and I think, like, it snatched up a Macaron Ash threw out to the ocean. It's like something of a memento to Victini, only to find out it was still alive. That's a Quadra says, yeah, you know what? Your Suicune and Terrakion placements are forgiven Victini S tiers based. Thank you. We all appreciate Victini around here. So Zeta says, I like Darien Tornadoes though, like a Cloud Dragon. Oh, this one? I mean, it's kind of neat, but... . Maybe they could change up the head at least. Volcanion? Its movie was pretty interesting. I like the fire-water typing, it's very unique. Its shiny is horrendous though, I remember it mainly for that. I guess I would put it in the same tier as its, like, the co-star of its movie, but a little bit lower, because I personally did not like it that much. It's a bit of a jerk in its movie. And design is kind of, who knows. It looks cool at first, but then there's, like, the part of it that looks like, a flotation device. Like a floaty that a little kid would use that isn't able to swim on its back. I was like, well, I like how I've been, how dare you, you're based. How dare you, you're based. It's just, I have a 50-50 chance of making you happy with my choices and 50-50 of it being something you're going to absolutely despise. Ooh, okay, X and Y, my favorite generation. Xernus? Do you like Xernus? It's a bit bleh there with its design. It's an interesting concept though, like the antlers, I think, supposed to be representing the X. Meanwhile, UV-X entire body is like the Y's. This is not that memorable. I don't think I remember seeing it at all in the anime, manga, much of the games. I think it showed up in the in Diance's movie though, and it helped her become, helped her Mega Evolve. That's something actually. Oh wait, hold on, wait, missing more messages. Forrester cheered 100 bits. Oh nice. Thank you for the thank you for the support, Forrester. I appreciate it. I had biddies. I didn't even realize. Here you go, Dino. Thank you, Forrester. I appreciate it. And Roger says, to be fair, I've only had 2 tier placement issues. And Zeta says, Xernus was worse than UV-Actile, but X was better than Y as a game. And Quadra says, UV-Actile is a bacon bird that alone is S tier. Oh, UV-Actile shiny. And Quadra also redeemed Tyrannomon. We're gonna bring a competitor of Pokemon over here, to do some grading. To do some ranking. Also, I just realized we didn't remove, the menacing redeems from back then. So it's still menacing, and I want to keep it like this. Well, also Roger says, what do you mean Tyrannomon is not a Pokemon? You're right, it is a Pokemon. What was I thinking? And Tyrannomon, he writes in a journal, Day 3. They still haven't realized I'm actually a Digimon instead of a Pokemon. Human says menacing Tyrannomon. So menacing is perfect because tier list costs salt now. True. Okay, I'm gonna put Xernus. I'm very biased towards Gen 6. I'm gonna put it right behind Meloetta. UV-Actile, on the other hand, it's a very cool design. Plus, its destruction beams that it sent out during the Beyonce movie, and how it was turning things to stone. That was awesome. I'm gonna put it on par with these fellas, actually. You know, beyond, right underneath Beyonce. It's still pretty high up in AT, right? So Zeta says, I'm biased towards Gen 6 and Zygarde is my favorite legendary. Zygarde is an awesome legendary. Next we got Solgaleo. The personal reason. The fact that it's a steel type instead of a fire type for a sun Pokemon Plus, I don't know, something about his design feels kind of meh when it comes to being a lion-based Pokemon compared to like Pyroar or Entei. There's something about it that feels underwhelming for me. Or just, yeah, Solgaleo is, I'm gonna put in D, I think. Also, as I said earlier, UV representing death is just cool. Up true. Now we got the Zapdos. I'm gonna put it... If Zapdos is not at least an A, I'm gonna put it in E tier. Because it showed up in the Sonic Chew comics. I rest my case. Alright, in all seriousness, I gotta put it a little bit higher. Also, Zeta says, I won't lie, I like Galarian Zapdos way better than normal Zapdos. Really, I like normal Zapdos as it is, but also Quadras is tie, no. But also, I accept B. I said it before, like, its design I think is on par with Moltres. In terms of, like, appearances, though, it shares with the other birds, like the time in the manga where it fused together, but anime... Actually, no, it helped Noivern evolve, didn't it? And Noivern's one of my favorite of Ash's college mons. That's something. What else was there for Zapdos? I was like, Quadras says, oh yeah, I did. But also, Zeta says, but that's because I used, Gyarados competitively. Is that what people call Galarian Zapdos? You know what, I'm gonna put it above Ho-Oh and Moltres, actually. Just because it helped one of my favorite Pokemon in Ash's Colors team evolve. That's Quadras says, yo, Zapdos A tier, yeah. Alright, Zekrom going straight to S. Just gotta figure out the placement. Above Mew? I don't know. I'm gonna put it alongside, Darkrai over here. I think that's a good spot for Zekrom. Absolutely one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 5. Now we got some weird electric cat dude. I don't know its name. I think it's Zeraora or something like that. Zeraora. Oh yeah, Zeraora. C for mid. You know what? Yep, I agree. Put it right there. I know nothing about it. I think it was in Sun and Moon also. It feels like a weird, like a cat, an electric cat version of Lucario, but not really done that well. Ooh, but now we're getting to something I do like. Zygarde, so... Oh, it's a little too high up. 50% form Zygarde straight over there. The 100% underneath 50%, because I personally do think the 50% form is the best. 100% is a bit underwhelming. But it's still cool. As for why I'm placing Zygarde this high, as I mentioned before, I watched the Pokemon X and Y anime, a lot of it, and I loved Bonnie's bond with I think she called it Squishy. Zygarde in general is a cool looking Pokemon. I'm pretty sure he's good and competitive. That's an interesting gimmick with all these like percentage forms. He got robbed of getting to be in a Pokemon Z, which should have happened for Gen 6. Plus, just like Giratina, it gave us a pretty interesting end to a human antagonist in Pokemon. Not in the games like Giratina, but in the anime at least. It used a laser to disintegrate Lysander, the head of Team Flare. Like that was awesome to me when I first saw that. Straight up, actually I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but like, he disintegrated a human. Like, the Pokemon Devil did not even go that far. And also, along the way, he did also destroy basically a giant stone version of himself that Lysander was controlling. Also, wait, more messages. Quadri says, Zygarde S tier or rewrites. Well, given my taste, there was nowhere else that was gonna go. But also, Zeta says, Zygarde, let's go! And 100% was so cool. I love in the anime. Agreed. Still think 50% form is still cooler looking overall, but the 100% form definitely left a good impression on me in the anime. Just wish it kept the more beast-like appearances of the other percentage forms. It might have ended up looking like a ripoff of his Rayquaza, but I would have liked it if it was like a dragon. I feel like the 50% form is pretty dragon-ish like itself, or like, I guess more like a serpent, I guess. I don't know. I feel like going from dog to sorta snake to mecha, kind of. Bit weird. I guess, no, to like the body build that a lot of Royal Knight Digimon have. Like this guy looks like he should be hanging out at a bar with Omnimon and Omnimon Zawat and Gallantmon. I mean, they are cool, but like, it doesn't feel like it fits with the other Zygarde form, personally. But it's still cool. Also, Zetas is literally Pokemon of balance in life and death. The Quadris, I'm kind of surprising 10 is that high. Not disagreeing, though. I could have put it lower, but then, I'm not sure it's really OCD, but I would get annoyed by the fact that it's not too close to the other forms. And again, I have separated some forms between tiers. But at least like I initially tried to have them like between the borders of the tiers before later adding other Pokemon around them. Roger says, I will miss Eternal Flower Floettes. And Zeta says, don't worry, we'll get Pokemon Legends Zygarde. One day. I'm hoping for it. Squad just says, oh yeah, remember when Lysander was gonna piss on Kalos with a laser beam? And then Zygarde Uno reverse carded him. Squad just says, Zygarde to Omnimon. I miss my game, Omnimon. I miss my game. I'll be back. Also, I miss my wife, Tails. I miss my game a lot. fact that they also, like I literally said, like, it looks like they should hang out at a bar together. I feel like that makes it even more perfect. Like, Zygarde is drinking away his sorrows. Just like I will be when it fully sinks in that the game that X and Y is like 10 years old now at this point. I think. Maybe a little less or a little bit more, but like as soon as that sinks in. Also, Quadras is Lysander. If we go higher. Oh, I'm pissing on it, and then Zygarde says, no, you. Wait, no, and then he just blows up. Quadras says, that's me whose first game was Silver, and that's 20 years ago. I'm 20 years old now. Same thing for me, and I think Zoo Tycoon too. I think it's like 20 years old now. 21 maybe, actually. Good lord. Times have flown by. Alright, so now we have the Sword and Shield legendaries. Zacian and the Shield D. I don't know their names. I like doggos. Their designs are kind of I don't know. It's just Doggo holding a sword and then Doggo with extra tough floof. That happens to look like a shield. But is Dacian B tier because of Sword Dog? Alright, I'll take it. Zacian and Zamuzenta. Zeta. Zacian and Zamunda Zenton. I'm gonna put them over here, I think, in B tier. Zamuzenta is mid. Yeah. I don't know. Their designs are like roughly the same to me. Shield Duggo is a little bit worse, but I don't think it's like atrociously worse that it needs to go like too low. Also, Mohammed Broom is here. Hello. Glad to have Mohammed Broom. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by the stream today. It's good to see you here. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you have a good time here with me. Right now, we are just ranking Pokemon. Specifically legendaries and mythicals, and we still have a lot to go, actually. Good lord. Also, Quadras, also, I still can't believe Kyurem Y is over Suicune. I'm sorry. I don't really feel that strong about Suicune, so. Mohammed Broom says, I'm good. Was playing a game with a close friend, who means a lot to me. How are you, little Dino? The Dino's been good. Hope you're doing good as well, Mohammed. Actually, no, you already said it. I was like, well, just wait, Marshadow is C? Oh yeah, you didn't notice earlier? Real Human was talking to me about that. He was trying to defend Marshadow. I think he said he was in the I Choose You movie, but I didn't see it yet, so I don't know enough about him, so C tier. Well, no, that's my fourth favorite. I'm sorry. Must go there now until I learn more about him. This is Alexa play on Ravel. Specifically the Ina cover. Anyways. Eternatus. Now. This guy doesn't even really feel like a Pokemon, honestly. I don't like it. What's the quad? Yes, Ina cover is not copyrighted. I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I'm putting both Eternatus, Eternatuses in D tier. I don't really like either of their. Maybe if it wasn't Ultra Beast, since the others have pretty like wild designs, maybe I would be fine with it, but this does not feel like a regular Pokemon. Projects. Oh wow, I was expecting the hand and E. You know what? That's a good point. It's literally just a hand. I gotta put it over here. Hand is still better than these chumps. I gotta put it in front of them. Also, Poison Dragon is fairly cool though to set up. I think so too, but I think there's a Pokemon in the Alola region that has that typing and does it better. Quadras, my favorite Pokemon, Okayasu's stand. It's a Hundo. But lamer. And then we have... I never did like this Pokemon, whatever it was. It just looks like a fork with a P on top of it. I don't know what this creature is. Like what they were going for with it. I'm just putting it. I do not like. Actually, you know what? I'm putting it under the Tapus. Yeah, I think that works. Guardians. Oh yeah, definitely E tier because the other two forms are better. And Calyrex. Says set up. I think it's called. I never remembered. What other form? Oh, so the horses. I think the horses themselves are alright. They're a little bit underwhelming for me though, but they're better than the things with the broccoli head on them. I'll put them in D tier, I think. They feel like rejected concept art for like regional variants of Rapidash. Also, Quadras says Alright. Also, Quadras says the other two forms are better. Oh, okay. Ranks them even lower. Oh, right. Wait, my bad. I did not notice that. Sorry. I have dishonored the horses. There we go. Oh, good. I just saw that there's the other, there's the origin forms of Palkia and Dialga. They were here after all. They're going down there. Roger says, oh no, banish them, unrank them, just leave them unchosen. They never existed. They were never here. As a Quadra says, I think that's really funny, and go to the distortion world. Giratina, you got work to do. The status is actually like sad face. I think Palkia looks better, Matt. You think Palkia looks better? The Quadras is okay, that I agree with you, bro. Palkia is better than Dialga. Yeah, I can agree with that much, at least. You know what, actually, I might... Yeah, I think that works. I kind of like the little wing thing they have going on over here. It's like it's got weird horse legs, though, but it's better than whatever Dialga's got going on here. Quadras is Dialga for looks. And also, okay, you know what? Palkia looks okay on second glance. Oh wait, I think the thing that I called a wing looks like it's actually its tail. My bad. It's actually like a centaur now, actually. Or just Dialga. What does he have a speaker on his neck? He's got a Bluetooth speaker. I think I'm gonna put him up here, actually, above Landorus. He's not quite on the level of Sahando, but he's alright. That is this. What I meant was Origin Palkia looks better than original Palkia. Wahaha. Way more memorable. I always forget normal Palkia exists. I mean, I agree that normal Palkia is kinda eh. Anyways, we got Ushifu, I think they are called. This little fella looks adorable. I'm gonna open him up here. I don't know too much about these guys though. So the adult forms, they look interesting, but I feel like I gotta put them in C tier personally. It's like it's like they took Pangoro, but like pushed him a little backwards on the furry scale, I guess. I don't know how else to put it. Like made him a little slightly more human. Also, Quadras is, people can love whatever they want, of course. I just can't stand the origins of Palkia and Dialga. Me neither. And Zeta says, Cub Food. Oh, that's his name. And, the Cub Food, though. Not gonna lie, I love their idea, but I don't like how they look exactly the same. I just thought they... For some reason, I just kind of assumed these were supposed to be, like... like different genders or something. But also... Like, maybe they had, like, some kind of slight gender difference I didn't notice, but also... Xana's single strike is cooler than rapid strike, and one is dark and fighting, focused on single strong attacks, and the other is water fighting, and focus on multiple strikes. Yeah, it sounds a bit weird. I don't remember this monkey Pokemon at all. What is it? It reminds me of like a coup, kind of. From Samurai Jack, I think. Oh look. Zarude Sandstorms. Zarude's names. Nothing about it, but its design I feel like is cooler than Zorora and these two, so I'm gonna put it over here, I think. Well, just Ty, tell me you know what Zarude Sandstorm is. So anyways, moving onwards. I feel like I recognize the name Sandstorm for a song, but not Daruda. I might know the song, but I don't know the exact name. Like just gets Zeno snapped out of age. Feels so good. Oh wait, Sandstorm is a song. Oh, okay. It's made by Daruda, okay. Alright, hold on for a second. I'm just gonna switch to a different thing for a bit, and then I'm going to look up Daruda Sandstorm. And also, hold on, just get rid of that. Get rid of desktop audio so I don't get copyright struck. Oh wait! I'm hearing it now. That's the music that plays, I think just like for one example, I think in Team 4-Star when Jice and Birder spin around and do the seizure procedure. That's the music that plays, right? I remember that. I've seen that before used a lot on the internet. I didn't notice the name until now. Yeah, there we go. Let's go back to there we go. Rogers, oh yes, thank God you do it. Yep. Rogers says, I like how I come back from Thanos Snaps after you said you heard a song called Sandstorms. And now I don't feel old. And sad Henya. I have brought your youth back, Quadra. Right. Now speaking of youth, let's go to our childhood joy of Pokemon once again, and there's the new Reggies. Few meh about them, but the dragon one with like how its arms are like the jaws of a dragon, that automatically makes me like it a lot more than the rest of the Reggies. There's a lot more creativity with the design. Same thing with Reggie-Electric or whatever it's called. But not quite as cool as the Dragon Buddy. As I see, Zeta loves socks with the animated dino emotes. Very nice. Good to, I appreciate them. And also, Barty says, I like Reggie Draco. And Reggie-Electric. Kinda want to put him a little bit higher, actually. You know what? I'm gonna put you up in B tier, actually. You're not too bad, buddy. You know, actually, no. I'm gonna go higher. I'm going to put him next to his Dero Dade. So Zeta says the Galarian forms of the birds are really cool. Zapdos is flying and fighting. Articuno is flying and psychic, and Moltres is dark and flying. Quadras says, I like how Reggie-Electric is literally the fastest Pokemon, and Quadras says, yo, Reggie-Draco no. Yeah, I don't really like the Reggies, but I have an exception for this fella. I think he looks very neat. Or relatively neat. Alongside Regigigas. Anyways. Ooh, this Zapdos does look pretty neat. It's like a Roadrunner version of it. I don't know how to feel about like the orange and black. I feel like yellow and black is a better color combo, so. Plus, I do not have as much of a strong relationship with it as Reshiram. A tier? Nah, I feel like that's a bit much. I think A tier one. And then for Moltres, this is a very cool looking design. I'm going to put it above Reshiram, because this really shows off fire, unlike Entei or Reshiram. Kind of like Moltres, and I like the pinkish flames alongside its black coloring. Works really darn well. Maybe even above Latios and Latios. But not above Hoopa, because Hoopa has more memorability for me. Anyways, more messages. Zeta says, each has a signature move they called their original form. Thunderous Kick, Freezing Glare, and Burning Jealousy. Whatever calls to their original form. And Galarian Zapdos when it runs is funny. You should see Galarian Zapdos is shiny. Ooh, interesting. But also, let's go. Zapdos is A tier. And I love Galarian Moltres' design. It is very sick. I love it. Also, Zeta says Galarian Moltres isn't even a fire type. Wheeze. Oh, right. You said it was. What was it? Oh, yeah. Dark Flyings. It's better at being a fire, looking like a fire type than an actual fire type being Reshiram. That's rough, buddy. Also, Quadras says, maybe I'll put it over Latios and Latios. Yes. For once? Yes, do it. Alright. Articuno? Yeah. Kinda meh for me. I mean, I kinda like the... I don't know where, like, kinda... mysterious kind of aura it's got, like... its head is giving me, like, the appearance of, it's giving me the feels of, like, those masks that people sometimes wear at parties, like, that only cover up, like, the area around their eyes. But otherwise, it's kind of bleh, especially compared to the other, like, the forms of the other birds in Galar. Kinda underwhelming. Or maybe at this point I just don't like ice types, I don't know. It's like, well, just Articuno, that's just budget bird Batman. It's Birdman. It's a... It ended up... I think it's supposed to be Gigantamax versions of these two. I'm gonna put them over here. Actually, no, I'm gonna put them above their regular selves. Next, Metal, whatever his name is, you're going with your other self. I have no idea what the heck these things are, but I am putting them straight to eats here. They look, ugh. Oh wait, I don't know if anyone can see them. I'm gonna put them up on the screen. Oh no, wait, no, I can see on my phone. They're still there. Okay, just wanted to make sure because I remember just now that some tiers may not be visible for some people. And Roger says Gigantamax Metal is lower, and also actually, Enamorous should be F. You know what? Yeah, I gotta put it there. I have no connection to these things whatsoever, and I do not want to ever have any. They look awful. Oh, that is just... Oh, they're the last of the genies. Like Landorus? The others. And fairy... It's not very fairy-like to me. It's horrific. Okay, so next up we got... Koraidon and I think Miraidon. These guys actually look pretty sick, so... I'm gonna try putting them up here in 8 here. No real connection to them so far, but... very sick designs. Not quite on par with Galarian Moltres, I think, but it's above the others in 8 here, in my opinion. I don't like how they're used as spikes, but... their overall appearances do look pretty neat. Also, warm messages. I hate it because even when you get it, it's literally the last thing you do in Arceus. And if you want one for competitive play, Main. And Zeta says, I love Miraidon. Literally past and future mods. And Roger says, I like both of them, but slightly prefer Koraidon. If it's the red one you're talking about, I like the red one a little. But Miraidon also looks pretty neat. And then there's a lot of things I don't quite know. I think these are, like the past and future versions of certain Pokemon. Oh, wait, there's my boy. Walking Wake, I think it's called? We got the Sauropod Raikou. You gotta go up in S tier, buddy. That it says, also, Electric Dragon is cooler than Dragonfly. Dragon Fighting. So Miraidon be like, I can see the future. Now you too can see the future. Oh, wait, Quadras is that one is Zebra Raikou. it's a Brontosaurus Raikou. Because it is quite literally a thunder lizard. Also, Zeta says, oh no, that one is called, like, Thundering Cloud, I think. Oh, Walking Wake is Suicune. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, it's like a theropod dinosaur. Ooh. Alright. In that case, Suicune, you shall be taken out of C tier HE double hockey stick. But you're right around here. Yeah. Perfect. Also, Zetus is also better than the original Raikou based. And Forrester says, Bardock, say nothing you want me to eat the remains of that alien. I really loved how Team 4-Star wrote Bardock and his squad. They were around for like a total of like a few minutes in overall screen time, but they made those minutes laugh. Also, Quadrants, you can't tell me that's not at least A tier, and heck yeah. All you have to do is pander to my love of dinosaurs, and you can go anywhere you want. Alright, so... same cannot be said for robot version of this creature. I don't know what's going on over here with this thing, but I do not care for it. Around here. Are these actually legendary Pokemon? These don't, or like mythicals even, they don't feel like it. Zeta says, everyone says Entei's gonna get a dinosaur form too. Perhaps one of the crested dinos, like, oh, a Parasaurolophus. That could be interesting, actually. But it's just an FYI to give a fair assessment of Orangepon. That's a mask. Oh, this? I don't know what else is... oh my. Oh, you should look at it maskless. Alright, not so. Orangepon is so freaking cool, I love her, and... Forrester says, me getting arrested at Fox Knox. The dino said if I pandered to its love of dinosaurs, I could go anywhere. Should have said anywhere with some restrictions. I should have been more specific. Oh wait, the green one with leaves. Hold on, I need to look it up. Aww, actually is kind of cute about the mask. Adorable. Alright, hold on. Alright, I'm gonna put you up in 8 here, I think that works. Oh yeah, next to Verizon. Robo Verizon Wireless, and she has the Gets You stick. But just to see, I had to be sure. I'm glad you let me know. Alright, Verizon Wireless is going next to other Verizon Wireless. And then there's... Fire Goldfish, I think? We are gonna go over here. Some kind of snow leopard or... an otter, maybe? I'm not sure exactly what this is supposed to be. I'll put it up here, I think. The Quadrants says, I love fire goldfish. Wait, that's a saber-toothed tiger. It is? It's very lean for one. It's like a snow leopard with a saber-toothed tiger. Like saber teeth. And Zeta says, the ruins of disaster Pokemon. The ruins of disaster Pokemon. put it up a little bit higher. And then there's a snail. I'm just gonna put you underneath fire goldfish. His name is Chien Pao. Oh, whoops. Wrong thing. Chien Pao. Ah. Oh, okay. It looks a lot cooler, like when I get to look at it, like not from a super tiny, sprite. Alright, actually, I want to put it a little bit higher then. Underneath, you. Mask Friend. And then there's this creature that reminds me of something from Star Wars. I think it's it reminds me of like the big thing that, somebody tripped. I forgot what it was called. It's like one of those things. With like a turtle shell on his head. The Quadrus is live Wo Chen reaction. Does anyone know what these things are that, the thing from Star Wars that these remind me of? I don't know what I don't remember what they're called. But also, Ogre Pawn in A tier spaced. Well, welcome, Quadra. I'm gonna put this thing over here, I guess. And then finally, we have this weird cosmic turtle-looking creature, which is admittedly kind of neat, so... I know nothing about it, so... I'm gonna put it right underneath Keldeo, I guess. Oh, the turtle is not out yet, so we have nothing. Oh, okay then. But there we go, I think. Yeah. All the others are gone now, so... This is our finalized tier list after almost 3 hours of work. We have Rayquazas. We have the Zygarde. Mew, Mewtwo and Mewtwo Y, Celebi, Cosmog, Jirachi, Victini, Zekrom, Darkrai, Entei, both forms of Raikou, both forms of Giratina, both forms of Groudon, and both forms of Kyogre in S tier. Love it. A tier, we got Ultra Necrozma, Dialga, Lugia, Arceus, both Diances, Yubictile, both forms of Hoopa. We got both forms of Moltres here. Oh, well. Wait, both Zapdos, both Moltres, Miraidon, and Koraidon. I think I messed up the names. We got Walking Wake, I think. The dinosaur version of Suicune. Base Kyurem, Latias and Latios, Reshiram, the Masked Friend, and the Saber-Toothed Tiger in A tier. B, we got Palkia, Necrozma, and the other Necrozmas, Lunala, Meloetta, Exernus, Mega Latios and Latias, the 2 Kyurem forms, Mogirna, Genesect, Keldeo, the cooler Keldeo, specifically the turtle, Regigigas and Regidraco, Silveri and Type Null, Volcanion, Lacian and Lasupinlanta. I forgot their names. And Cubfu for B tier. Also, Quadrus, where's Arcanine? Oh, right, how can we forget the legendary Pokemon Arcanine? Also, Solid Snook says, hey, I'm just curious to know your opinion on the Sauropod Raikou. Well, it's good to see you here, Solid Snook. It's good I hope you're doing well, and I hope you have a good time here with us. We put him up here in S tier, in case you're wondering, above the normal Raikou. Yes, he is cool. And assuming he's based off of Brontosaurus, he is a literal thunder lizard, so I can, like, it pandered to my love of dinosaurs. I had to put it up here. Alright, anyways. Down in C tier, we got Keldeo, Suicune, Articuno, and Articuno. We got Marshadows, Azelf, Mespirit, Deoxys. We got Manaphy and Fione. We got Little Malmetal. We got most of the Reggies. We got a Monkey. We got Aurora. We got Urshifu. All forms. Also, Salasnux is really strange. It is. And Quadra says, fun fact about Orjapon, it hides behind a mask to look tough, but it's actually very docile and shy. Aw, it's like me. Except I don't have a mask. And in D tier, we got Heatran, Verizon Wireless. Not Verizon Wireless. Terrakion. The chunky version of Deoxys. Malmetal, other Malmetal. Mega Mewtwo Y. Tapu Lele, I think. This one member of Azelf and Mespirit's group. Sogaleo. Eternatus, bigger form. 2 horses. Fiery goldfish. Snail. Creature from... robot creature from Star Wars, I think. He says what it reminds me of. And then in E tier, we got Zahando Eternatus. We have Origin Form Palkia. We have all the genies. Cosmoweb. We have the rest of the Tapus. We have whatever this guy is. And we have whatever this guy is times 3 plus horses. And then finally in F tier we have the worst looking genie of them all. Origin Dialga, Cresselia, and Shaymins. And actually wait, my bad, hold on. We need to put Cresselia at the very bottom. There you go. Now it is perfect. Alright. And right as we hit the 3-hour mark, so I'm gonna save and download. I hope this is safe. I think I can just it says I need to log in to save my image, but I think I can just copy paste it like this. Just copy. Alright. Yeah, I think now I'm gonna go over to Twitch to find someone to raid. I'm gonna have to go into a different scene. So that way when I go into Twitch, I'm not going to accidentally stream someone else's stream and possibly get in trouble. But yeah. Also, Salasnux is why I hate Cresselia. Long story short, it was a pain to me in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Whenever it spawned on Spear Pillars. Anyways, Quadra says, I really like the idea that the legendary Metapod is better than Shaymin. It is. In terms of personality. Also, Zeta says, ooh, tier list is done. You can click download too. And yep, I did. Quadra says, because Smash and she literally bricks your save in Pokemon Arceus. I remember that. Also, have a good night, Ty. Thank you, Quadra. And good night to everyone else who stopped by today. I hope that you had a good time here watching me rank Pokemon. And I hope to see you next time. Whenever I do another tier list, or whenever you guys get to see another one of my streams where we just play games, draw, hang out here, and just have a jolly good time here and be buddies. Especially, I think, next Tuesday, when hopefully we'll have something planned for a Halloween special. Possibly another Phasmophobia collab, if anyone is up for that. Oh, and I see Dr. Forrester with a bunch of Pog emotes. Thank you for those. I appreciate them. Let's see. And we have to rate today. Ooh. Damien Verde, paleontologist VTuber. They're celebrating 2 whole years of streaming, and they're debuting. They're doing a 2.0 update, so I think they're releasing a new model. Yeah, they're streaming with a fresh new look. Interesting. Oh yeah, I see it. They got a new model. Alright. Let's go check that out then. And I see the emotes there from Solid Snook. Thank you for those. I appreciate them. Alright, let's put the raid command in chat now. And y'all should go for watching a T-Rex rank Pokemon to a paleontologist celebrating their second streaming anniversary. Alright. I already did the other stuff just before I did the raid command, so let's get straight to the basic goodbye. So, everyone, take care, have a good rest of your day, and until the next time we meet, goodbye for now. Probably should have gotten some more hydrate redeems. Oh wait, hold on. I see the Dino from Real Human. See it to you too.